In the seeing and listening, the same seeing and listening we know. Or does it imply an awakening of a new perception? How can we be sure that thought has not crept in more subtly? In the seeing and listening, I'm cutting it off which you speak, the same seeing and listening we all know. Or does it imply the awakening of a new perception? And how can we be sure that thought has not crept in more subtly? Now let's look at it. Not K says it, therefore you must listen to it. Let's look at it. Do we ever listen? Or listen very partially? When do we listen completely to anything? Have you asked, do I ever listen completely to, say for instance, Beethoven? Absorb what he's saying, the beauty of the vitality of the enormity of that music, the strength of it. Or our reactions to that music come immediately. You understand? I listen to Beethoven's Leonora, and he's telling me about the prison. You know the story, I won't go into it. And I'm emotionally stirred, and I enjoy this emotion. Feel I'm really appreciating that music. Whereas if there is no response emotionally, I'm actually absorbing all that he wants to tell me. Right? So do we ever listen that way? Not only to music, to my wife, to a friend. Do we ever listen so completely to catch the intonation, to feel the subtlety of what she wants to tell? Or you say, well, the old girl I know, she has been telling me this for 20 years. You understand? To listen so as to catch the subtlety of the voice, the intonation, the feeling behind the word, which means you must actually give attention to what is happening. When you give such attention, please, shall I go? Will you go with me a little bit? When you give such attention, there is no recording. Right? You see? It's only when we are not completely attending, there is recording. Recording her insult, or her encouragement, or all the rest of it. The brain is recording. This important question, I'll go into it later. Rather fun. The brain is recording. That's its function, to survive, right? The language, the skill, the understanding of the environment, seeking security. It has to record. If you want to drive a car, you have to learn, which is recording. And when one's friend or wife or one says this or that, it's being recorded. Right? And the record is the image, is the noise. And that recording, which is the noise of a tape, prevents my understanding or listening to the person. I don't know if you follow all this. So when it is necessary to record, to live outward. Is it necessary to record anything psychologically? You understand my question? She says some word which hurts. Need that word be recorded and the feeling behind that word. If it is, there is a division, there is conflict, and all the rest of the ugliness follows. You understand this question? It requires a very clear perception of what is actually going on. I listen to my wife, or girlfriend, whatever it is, or to a friend. I listen and find out if that listening is so clear, precise, and wholly attentive, and in that attention, is there a recording? You see? So, what do we mean by attention? Are we working together, or am I just talking? Oh, you don't catch on to this quickly. Attention means, doesn't it, to focus all your energy without limitation, right? Whereas concentration is limitation of energy on a certain point. Clear? I concentrate on a book. Which is to focus my attention on a certain phrase, on a page, and not let other thoughts pour in. There is a resistance in concentration, right? Whereas when you give complete attention, there is no resistance. Right? Where there is resistance, there is a barrier. So when other person insults or flatters, much more difficult to be flattered. To listen to both with such attention, there is no building up, piling up of resentment or acceptance, right? are we doing this now? Otherwise, no fun. Just so the questioner asks, is it possible to listen so clearly without the interference of thought? Which is thought being the past memories about one's friend, wife, and so on. To listen without that past, with its thoughts, right? So that there is no recording whatever, psychologically, to whatever ugly things one says about each other. Right? Now, the questioner asks, is there in that attention a new perception? I'm putting it for the questioner. I attend to what you're saying without any interpretation, without any reaction, without any resistance. I listen to what you're saying. Such a listening is obviously something totally new. Something totally, something that's not limited. So there is a perception which is not the activity of thought, but it is perception of total observation, attention, and let the thing that is observed move. We're always telling stories about what should be done, right? That's our lot. We never listen to the story. The story being the history of mankind. All the history books in the world are the story of mankind. The mankind is me. Is telling me the books about myself. That's the story of myself. Now, can I listen to this story without your help? You understand? Without your say, read it this way. Look at it carefully. Guide me. Then I become your slave. Whereas I am reading this whole history of mankind. That mankind is me. I am mankind. So can I look at that story, listen to it without a single motive? Without a single saying this correct, this wrong, this right, which is I'm not listening to the story, but I'm telling what the story should be, right? So when you're so attentive, listen, then there is a totally new perception